Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2, Fall of the Western Roman Empire campaign. So, we are, I think, about ready to go to war with the Alemannians again. So I checked in right before I started the episode, and it looks like we are capable of declaring war on them without any sort of hit to our prestige, which should mean that the truce is over. If we wanted to verify that for ourselves, we could run over here. And I do not see their faction among our truces, so unless they are here, which it appears they are not, we can most definitely declare war on them. Though I'm a little apprehensive in doing so because we are so close to our Empress's, death from old age. We don't know when she's going to die, but characters don't live forever, especially in these times, and she's already 66. And so one thing that we've been trying to do throughout this, or throughout her reign, is declare war on the East to, at the very, bare minimum, extend her claim and pass it on to her heir. But unfortunately, we still have no way to do that. Until there's some sort of uprising or revolt, we have no claim. So, unfortunately, it looks like we're just going to have to go to the end of her reign and let that be the end of it. But we can grab a pretty significant chunk of Alemannian territory. So, let's look at our options here. Actually, before we do that, there was another thing I noticed. So, down here, we have Empurius, which is currently held by Countess Barilli. And if we try to offer vassalization, she's not willing to accept, but it's actually close. We might be able to pull this off. So I'm going to throw a bit of money at her. That's going to up her opinion of us to 50, or it's going to increase it by 52. It won't be 52. So that's up to 47 now. We offer vassalization. We're up to yes. Perfect. So we did just barely squeak through there. And once we advance time a bit, we'll get notification that she's accepted, and that will complete Catalonia as ours. Though, okay, you guys aren't supposed to be part of that. Oh, another daughter. Okay, then. What are our other daughters named? We have Petronia and Constantia. I don't mind Juliana, but let's add the middle name that we've been using. So, Gasania. So Juliana Gasania Nepos. And if we click on him, we should see the third daughter now. And she's not a genius, unfortunately. She accepts. Let's pause. So this is now part of our kingdom, or our empire. And let's see. I have not given that province to anyone yet, though I should soon. The thing is, I would really like to take Barcelona here for myself and have that be independent. And then I could give the duchy to, say, this guy. But this is going to be a really wealthy province, a very powerful one as well. They've already got 2 castles here, so the troops that they'll be able to call on are pretty substantial. So if I could, it looks like I'm already working on it. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, kidnap him, see if we can maybe get him out of that seat, take it for ourselves. Once it's mine, I can give him the duchy, and as long as I do it without giving him the lower titles, that will remain mine, and everything else that is de jure part of that duchy will just, go under him. And that will work out just fine. Another thing to consider is, somebody pointed out in the comments that I should look at maybe destroying this diocese, and I wouldn't mind doing that, actually. The problem, however, is if we go into our laws, that particular title is Gavelkind, so I can't destroy it. If it were anything else, I could, but unfortunately, in order to change the succession laws, everybody in that de jure area needs to have a positive opinion of me, among other things, but that's the biggest speed bump for us now. And while some of them do, some of them do not. So I don't see any way you know, we get... Well, I mean, I was going to say I don't see any way we get rid of this guy, but potentially, yes, we could just try to kill him. Or something like that. Looks like it'd be fairly easy, actually. So, it might be possible for us to maneuver in such a way that we get all three of these people to like us, and then we can destroy that kingdom title and make them part of a different kingdom. Though, we could also just leave it and have the kingdoms be a little bit smaller and more split up, which could actually work to our favor. Anyways, we got that out of the way, so let's revisit this war. We declare war on him. We have several reconquests we can choose from. We have Belgica, which is a fairly large one, but not contiguous with our current territory, so I don't think that's wise. We have Brittany, which is just this little bit out here. We have Germania Inferior, which is just that there. Lugdunensis, which is the largest one that we can currently do, and very much contiguous with our existing territories. And then Maxima Sequanorum, which is contiguous as well, but very small. And that's it. So anything else we do would be a de jure claim or a claim through somebody who is our vassal. So I think the smartest one is probably this right here. Let's go ahead and send that. And wow, immediately he's got some troops up. I will call in my allies on this one. I don't see any reason not to. Oh, it looks like he died. Comatose in bed at 68. Oh, he was older than I thought he was. Well, his son took over. And hopefully his son is just as loyal. Let's call in our troops here. We'll do the legions. Do I need to call in anybody else? Let's do my 6,000 plus the 4,500 of the legions. And I'll leave my vassals' troops in reserve. That way they won't be upset with me or anything of that nature. And let's see, you guys are going to need to march there. We're going to need boats, lots and lots of boats for this, because marching is going to take forever. How many men do I have there? This is about 1,300, and that's going to add another 5, so I need roughly 20. And I only have 9. So we need to come up with a few more. Not there. What about here? Perfect. You can go there, and you know what? I know there's more boats here than is necessary, so if you guys get aboard, then I will send you there, and we'll just join you all up together. We should probably do the same down here, because this is going to take a while to get them where they need to be. So that is 53, which is still a bit short. We need just under 80 boats. That's going to be, what, 65? We're getting there. That's like 78, which is pretty damn close. In fact, that might be enough, but let's grab maybe just a few more to be safe. Oh, wow, you've got a lot of boats. You know what? In that case, just disband this one, because we have more than enough. Okay. And then you guys can march to... We'll say here, because that's where I'm going to deliver these guys, I think. Alright, let's get that out of the way. And off we go with another war. We'll have to assign generals and stuff when these are a little bit more organized. He's going to honor his obligation. Perfect. And he will also honor his. So they're going to be getting hit from the east and the north, as well as from wherever we decide to attack them. So that should be pretty advantageous for us. Hold on a minute. I need to merge these boats. And I'll merge you guys as well, though I'm going to have to do it one more time when they arrive. Okay. Go ahead and hop aboard, and then we will deliver you here. And it looks like we're going to have to go probably deal with these forces first. And almost wonder if they would have been better off marching, because honestly I'm probably just going to have them sail straight back over here. Though the guys in Venice would have had to be delivered there regardless, so I guess this is still potentially faster. Yeah, deliver them there. Okay, looks like he's calling in some reinforcements. That's always a concern because we never know where they're going to come from, but it looks like they've got some men here. Got some blue over here, which is good for us. A lot of red over there. Not seeing anything else though, so I think we're okay. Oh, even more allies. Wow. He's got a lot of allies. I do not. Okay, boats, you can go home. And it looks like you guys have arrived, so we'll disband these boats as well. Let's get you marching up here. Gotta watch out for that group. That's actually a pretty large army. And then as soon as they arrive, we can send this army north too. There we go. Okay, don't click that one, or our war will be over very shortly. So start marching north. And it looks like we might have to just sort of allow them to congregate, and we'll go for like a single decisive battle. So what's this all about? A Jewish exile fleeing persecution elsewhere in Europe has showed up at your court. Blah, blah, blah. He's pretty good, so I'll accept him. And if we pause, is he better? No, I don't. This guy is very hostile toward us, but he is by far the best. And this guy is better by a single point, but he's also not very loyal. So I think we'll just stick with what we've got. Do I have any commander titles that need to be passed out, though, now that I think about it? Several, actually. Not you, but I will give you one. And let's see, 15. I don't know about you. Yeah, I'll do it. Get his relation with us up a little bit. And then I think you are the most justified skill-wise, so we'll give it to you. Okay. Let us continue with our war effort here. It does look like, I believe they're going to try to get all their forces in one place, and that's fine, because we will have more than them, and so, you know, wherever they want to fight a decisive battle with this 8,000 man army, that's fine. Oh wow, they jumped up to 6. Cut this way, because it looks like they're trying to come after us. You're going, yeah, perfect. But I think they're going to try to muster their forces somewhere. So this army might be able to just come in and attack the capital in the meantime. Oh boy, they've actually got a lot of men. Wow. That's all those allies for you. Okay, one of our subjects is converted. I'm worried that we're not going to get there in time. I would have liked to have won that battle already. Oh man, they are starting to outnumber us now. Okay. So they do outnumber us, however, most of their army, by far, is light infantry. Most of my army is heavy infantry. I outnumber them in terms of everything else except for archers, which they actually have a lot of. We'll see how this plays out. I think we'll win regardless. But that will remain to be seen. I'm going to maybe try to get these guys to support. Though it looks like I probably should have just called up all of my forces. Oh, one of their flanks is folding on them, though my center's not looking great. Hang in there, hang in there. You guys got this. Oh man, that was close. And if you could get on in there. So we won. It was ugly, but we won. You should be, hold on, you should be going there too. Yeah, definitely could have used more men on that one. Though our casualties weren't that bad. We lost about 1,200. They lost about 3,000. So definitely got the better of them there, even though it looked like it was close. She's trying to kidnap somebody. Could you maybe not do that, please? Actually, are you, like, worth... No. You're pretty loyal. I was thinking maybe imprisoning her, but no, there's no benefit to that. Please don't do that either. We've got a governor of Pannonia trying to fabricate a claim on the kingdom of Pannonia. Yeah, let's ask you not to. Because I can't revoke his title now that he's not my direct vassal, so that's really all the teeth I've got is just kind of leaning on them to stop. And you're trying to kill somebody. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. There we go. So, now it's just a matter of kind of running these guys down, and luckily, again, they've put all their forces in one spot, so it makes it very easy for me to just continually attack them over and over again. I will try to keep my forces split into the two groups we have, though, because it would be worth maybe going after a settlement such as this. It's actually a decent garrison there, considering. But we could potentially still pull that off. I'm going to send you after them, and I'm going to ask you guys to go here. Quintus, you're going on a special mission, where hopefully we can take their capital, while the other army deals with their main force. That's going to get us a lot of war score, beating them over and over again. And then, of course, the capital is going to give us a bit as well. What kind of forces do you have here? Not much. That's good. Keep going after them. We're going to start taking attrition, though. Let's see. I think we're okay here. Yeah, supply limit is more than enough. Cornered and slew this guy. Nobody of any consequence, but we did it nonetheless. Oh man, the supply limit there is going to be pretty rough on us. Where are our allies, by the way? Did you guys just lose like 500 men overnight? Jesus. Probably would have been better off just assaulting it with how many men we're going to lose sitting there. We probably won't succeed, though, if I do that, so much as I'd like to be impatient, it's not going to work for us. I'll just have to wait it out, and no, honestly, there's no point. There's no point. Come kill these guys, because by the time... Like, they'll never win that siege, because the supply limit supports less than what the garrison size currently is, so we'll end up with a smaller force than what we need to take it. Therefore, there's no reason to sit there and let our army dwindle, because the army that's left is never going to win that battle. Good job. Supply limit here is fine. Yeah. So that was dumb. I should have checked that first. Oh well. Let's see. Just, I guess, keep doing what you're doing. We'll take the settlement they're currently standing on, because these guys don't exactly need help. And then, whenever we're done with this army, I'll send them to the capital, assuming we even need to. You know, the war might be over by that point. But assuming we do, I'll march them over there and assault it straight away. I can't really deal with these guys right now. 704. But it's going to be scattered all over. I'm just going to let it happen. It's technically not even mine. If it was like Rome, I'd maybe try to muster some forces, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay, how are we doing here? 61%, that's solid. What about here? Almost done. Don't let them join up. Let's see what they do. Just gonna stand there. Okay. Let's go after you again. Stay here and finish the siege. Alright, so the Julius of the First Legion was cornered and slain, unfortunately. Not that that's a huge deal. And it looks like we're ready to kidnap this kid, so let's put that through. We're successful there. We've taken so many of them captive at this point. Oh no. We ambushed Prefect Severus's carriage on a lonely stretch of road in the countryside. The guards put up a fierce resistance, and several of my men were captured before we could escape. And I lose 100 piety for that. Yikes. Could you maybe go after them as well? I'm going to have them switch jobs at this point. You guys were supposed to be following. They better not get away. Okay, we got him. Alright, so crush that force, and then when you're done, I'm sending you to the capital. So off you go, and you are supposed to be pursuing them. I hope I sent you in the right direction. It looks like I did. More raiders. Where are they this time? Okay, not my problem. So many notifications, and so many that probably are insignificant, so let's just get rid of them all. Okay, whatever. Moving on. So I'll need to keep a close eye on this because we need to assault it as soon as we possibly can. County of... That's not the one we're working on, so that was just a happy accident, I suppose. Stay on them. You guys are almost there. As soon as this is ready, we do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So we've taken the capital. We need to take this as well. You guys need to be pursuing that army. So when can we assault this? One day. There we go. Make that happen, please. And there it is. Let's get you guys out of that territory before we lose too many men. Oh, still paused. Whoops. 78%. This could certainly go faster. I really wish it would. But we're going to gain a lot of territory for this, so I guess it's worth the kind of grindy back and forth to make it happen. You go there, and you attack them, please. We're going to have to mop up some of these smaller forces. Please don't let them get away. Okay, we got him. And I've got another dozen notifications already. That was victory here. Please follow. And another victory. We've actually lost a war score. How, I couldn't tell you, because we did take their capital, of course. Meanwhile, they've done nothing to us. Absolutely nothing. Granted, you know, none of the provinces we besieged are in the contested territory, so one could argue that would be the reason. And I suppose if I wanted to change that, I could go here and attack it. So, do I want to do that? Yeah, I guess I may as well. Because I am actively losing war score because of it. So we'll march the big army over there to deal with it. And it looks like most of their forces are trying pretty hard to get over there. Okay. Right. We captured him. I'll have to see if any of these people can be ransomed. You need to be chasing... What in the hell just happened? That's not good. God damn it. Alright, so my grandson Gaius was bitten by a snake this morning. The brave little fool keeps seeking out danger. So do we want him to be brave? This is our bastard grandson. Yeah, I think brave is good. So let's pause and sort of take stock of the situation here, because that just got ripped out from under us. What happened? Your father died of depression. I'm guessing it was like gavel kind succession, and since this guy probably had a bunch of kids. No, they don't hold any territory. How did this get so split up? And it had to happen with like 80% of the war finished, didn't it? Well, you guys need to march home. God, that's frustrating. 500 gold down the drain. Well, let's see. They're not gonna buy it. They're all foreign culture, different religion. I'm just gonna get rid of all these as well. I cannot believe we failed that kidnapping with an 80% chance to succeed. I assume it just ended the plot. Yeah. So I should probably go back to that. Reissue something. Plot to kill. So I can't kidnap him again for a while. Or at least I can't attempt to. Yeah, it's not worth it. I'll have to just focus on something else in the meantime. Let's get these guys back home, and then we can disband them and look at other potential wars. Truce is expiring with... I don't really care about that. Child acts a guardian. Petronia. Okay, let's assign a guardian to you. Let's see. Who do we have that's like really well-rounded? Claudius is good in everything except learning. Our daughter-in-law here is pretty well-rounded, and that is her daughter, so I guess that makes sense. Also, are we at a point where I can ask you to convert? Let's try it. Because we did throw a bribe her way, I think, to make that possible, so we may as well act on it. Let's disband you. Now then, we should be able to basically conquest all of these. It's just going to be really expensive because it's going to be like 500 gold every single time. So we can do that. The one positive is with this territory so fractured now, they're not going to be able to put up much of a fight, if a fight at all. What about you guys? Okay. Honestly, I think this one is going to be better because this is a pretty wealthy province. But yeah, nobody's willing to vassalize, I would wager. Yeah. So the foreign culture and false religion are going to hurt us. And I'm willing to bet that none of you... these guys are Christian, actually. He might be willing. We'd have to be adjacent to him, though. But yeah, if they're not Christian, they're not going to even consider it. Okay, well, I guess we can declare another war here. It's going to be expensive, though. But we've already made the money back that we spent at the beginning of this episode to declare it. So we'll declare this one. And I really wish I could... I'm not even going to bother with that. I wish I could call in the legions somewhere other than the capital. So let's raise them, and you had a lot of boats. And Rome had a lot of boats. So I'm hoping this will be enough. I'd really prefer not to have to call in any more. But I guess we'll see what they come up with, and then I'll know. If I do need more than this, though... I will call in local troops. No, they don't even... Yeah, she's gonna refuse. They don't even have 1,000 right now. Okay, let's get you aboard. Deliver here, please. And we'll let the legions handle it. Alright, so meanwhile we have a dangerous faction to look at here. And it would appear that Licinius is becoming a bit of a problem. Unfortunately, this guy does have some power. He's my main diplomat. That's not a good place to be raiding right now, guys, because I have a lot of troops there. Have fun dealing with that. Let's disband the boats while we're looking at this. And oh, they did come up with a decent sized army. Let's go head them off. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to deal with him because he's decided to take the head of a fairly dangerous faction. Although he was leading another faction that appears to have disappeared. I'm gonna have to get rid of him as well. But for now, he's not as big of a threat. So you, what are our options? Actually, not a great chance to kidnap. Yeah, that was not wise of you. Though, nah, let's try it. Go into intrigue and I'll do that as well. But we'll pay anybody we can to get this a little bit higher because it's not great right now. 18, that is fantastic. If we could get this to like 200, that would be great. But we'll see if we're that lucky. I hate plotting against this guy because he's kind of an important part of this faction, but problem is he's leading other factions, so I can't just ignore it. That's one thing I wish... I don't know. I think they need to retool the AI quite a bit, but it seems like all the AI lords are just a little bit too faction happy. And I guess it's probably just to give the player greater challenge, because obviously we've just been kind of like steamrolling everybody right now. And if we didn't have these, there wouldn't be a whole lot to do that provides any challenge. But at the same time, it's really just kind of tedious, because there's really no rhyme or reason to who starts these factions. This guy is, you know, in a pretty good place considering, and in real life I don't think he would so brazenly risk that position. But, you know, this is a video game, and obviously the AI doesn't make the smartest choices, and so this particular guy's gonna pay for that. Let's put him in the center, I guess, and we'll put you on the right flank. Right. The good burghers of Tibur are barely able to pay their taxes. We'll just flatter and soothe, as we always do. These guys don't appear to have any interest in running, so they're probably going to get crushed right here. I won't be able to see their composition very well until we actually attack, but it looks like it's mostly light infantry based on that. And yeah, it's mostly light. They have some heavy infantry, but I've got a lot more than they do. What happened here? Is this something I should be worried about? No. You're stealing land in Scandinavia? You don't look Scandinavian. Oh no. Wait, why is it jumping me from like Sweden to Africa? Whatever, I don't care. I do not care. You guys can go home. Oh, we're about to be raided. Should have left him. Okay, march back over there, see if you can cut him off. Meanwhile, you're trying to fabricate a claim on a province. Don't do that. Do I have to lock you up? It's this guy. There's nothing I can do about it. Really. I can't imprison him, but I can't revoke the title from him, so I kind of just have to ignore it. It's really more this person's problem anyways. I just prefer to not have that happening in general, but I can't do anything to stop it. Nice, another county converted. Be nice if this one would convert. The one I'm investing time in converting. Okay, are we about done here? There we go. And pursue them into their own territory. Sure. Hopefully we don't fail an 80% chance to succeed again. Somebody died. We got him. So, let's see about your faction here. It got stronger. Let's see if anything changes now that you're locked up. Not much. So now it's this guy. I'm going to throw some money at him and see if that maybe convinces him to stop. But like, what is even... Yeah, this faction especially is annoying because it's not even the same independence faction, it's just like a catch-all one. So if the last guy had succeeded, it would have been independence for, what, this? Whereas this guy is the king of Pannonia, and so that's obviously a much different story. But yeah, I don't know. Some of these people are actually... or have, like, decent opinions of me. Not that that seems to matter. I'll bribe the ones that are fairly loyal. I do need a new Magister Officiorum. Luckily I have somebody fairly decent for that job. I'd like you... God, I don't know actually. What were you doing before? Go sow dissent in... Constantinople. You go deal with them, please. And let's continue this war. Alright, so there's another victory. I will chase this army because it is still somewhat of a threat. But ideally, we would like to crush it and then go take the capital. Is this kid the heir? He is. So, will I rule one day? We have two options. We can tell him yes if he deserves it, or no he won't, and call him silly. I don't know why we would pick this, given that he most certainly will unless he dies. I like the condition of this one. I wish there was one like, oh, of course you will, and then like, yes, but only if you deserve it, and then like, no, you won't. But, all of these traits are good, so it really doesn't matter. Let's see what he ends up with. Diligent. Nice. Cool. That kind of offsets the really bad gamble I pulled before that made him arbitrary. Alright, so we need to crush this army here. So I just noticed something. Our eldest daughter has arrived in our court. And it would appear that she is no longer the queen of... God, what were you the queen of? It was like, Thracia? I've honestly forgotten. So what is this title that you have? Kingdom of Thrace. And who held that before you? No, I want to know the title. Sorry. History. Despot Petros. Yeah, that's what I thought. So who inherited that? You had no children between the two of you? You had a daughter, but that was from... which... Interesting. I guess because they probably like strictly agnatic inheritance, so she couldn't inherit or something. But yeah, so the mother just got bumped back to us, and the daughter is just ruling in her own right somewhere else. Which is cool, I guess. And that does mean, if I was so inclined, I wouldn't be attacking my own family if I conquered that. So, small victories and whatnot. What the hell's happening over here? What is this now? Did they just, like, completely surprise us? Or, like, what is this about? I'm so confused here. So, what's happening? Got it. Somebody rose up against the governor. Understood. Right, well, let's take our victory here, and I'm going to send this army to go crush their capital now. And I will leave that for the next episode because we're out of time. So hopefully next time we'll be able to finish this. It really sucks that we pretty much just wasted our time with the war earlier. But at least now moving forward, it means that we'll be able to take like very small chunks of land regularly. Whereas before, we were going to have to take one big chunk every several years because of the truces. Truces aren't an issue anymore, nor are large enemy armies. But we are going to have to spend a lot of money for these reconquests. I think it's a fair trade, though. Though I wish we could have had that happen after we got the other piece of land that we paid to reconquest. But what can you do? Anyways, we'll wrap this war up on in the next episode and look at starting another when we finish. Maybe this piece of land here or something. Also, because these are so much smaller, we can look at taking them in a variety of different ways at the same time, so we don't need to be conquering all of them. We can be, maybe trying to maneuver through marriage for one kingdom while we conquest another, things like that, turning them against each other, all sorts of stuff. So we'll try to get creative as well. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.